And joining us live now on the phone is I-24's defense correspondent, Jonathan Regev. Hi, Jonathan. I know you've heard the news yourself. What can you tell us from these developments and from your sources?
So conflicting reports about the number of Palestinian casualties in Jenin. If initially we spoke of 2 or even 3 Palestinians killed, now the official reports out of Palestinian media, of course, speak of one person killed and many others injured. We have seen the images coming out of Jenin. The Palestinian gunmen take refuge behind an ambulance and shoot from there towards the forces operating in Jenin. Regarding that Palestinian medic, we know that he was hit. What is his current condition is unclear. At the beginning, he was pronounced dead. Then, and now we're hearing reports from the hospital he's not dead, he's alive, but in critical condition. So, not clear. What is clear is that those gunmen used the ambulance as a refuge, and whether that Palestinian medic was hurt, was injured from Israeli or Palestinian bullets, that's unclear at the moment, but we have seen the images, the Palestinian gunmen shooting right from behind the ambulance. We do know that at least one Palestinian gunman was killed, and we're expecting more reports coming from the Palestinian side.
Also, Jonathan, we're seeing the images of the ambulance. Is it believed that the person that we see in that footage who's driving the ambulance was the one struck? Is that clear, or potentially another medic in the ambulance?
Not clear yet. We've seen images of the ambulance driving by. As the ambulance is just in that alley, Palestinian gunmen are shooting to the general direction of where the Israeli forces were, but the ambulance is in between. They're actually taking refuge and shooting at that general direction. Whether that is one of the bullets that hit one of the medics in the ambulance is not clear yet. We can assume, just like we've seen in other previous incidents, that this will lead to a war of versions between the Israeli and the Palestinian side. I think that seeing the images, one thing that is clear is that these militants, these gunmen are taking refuge behind the ambulance, using it as sort of a shelter.
Right. And, no doubt that should the medic, again, like you said, the conflicting reports that he is has clinical death, but again, fighting for his life, could still live. Should he pass away, I imagine this is going to be a very watershed moment of whose bullet it was in the investigation that will follow.
Yes, and if we have any doubt about how that will go, we can go back a few months to the case of Shirin Abu Akleh, the journalist who still at this moment we're unsure which is the bullet that killed her. But of course it leads to a war of versions, and each side is blaming the other side, and the Palestinian side still to this day saying Israel deliberately killed the journalist. That's what they might say about the medic.